Alright, so Evan Mobley went off against the Lakers. Let's check some of it out. Garland beats AD. No one's there to get Mobley for the lob. Now for this one, we get some of why people think Mobley can be so special. He takes one dribble into a pull-up jumper and he looks smooth as hell. We get some more of his IQ here. Gets the screen from Love into the handoff with Rubio. Keeps moving and AD doesn't even notice him right under the basket. This one's just a classic pick and roll. Because Garland is a threat to shoot, Dwight's got to step up. Melo is not going to stop Mobley diving to the rim. And we all knew he could do this stuff when he walked in the NBA. And now we get to see another Mobley jump shot. Lakers load up on Garland, swing offense, Mobley. The jumper looks good, man. He goes into it with confidence. The release is there. Maybe he just needs to work on touch, and maybe there's something there that I just can't see, but it does look alright. Let's look at one of his steals against the Lakers tonight, or last night. LeBron gets the switch, and then Mobley just straight up strips him. Yeah, LeBron's dribble was a little loose, to be fair, but even so, kudos to Mobley. Now, I showed this from Tony Pesta in a different video, but then I took down that video, so let's just bring it back. Look at his starting point. He's all the way down here. He's got to close out to Bridges, and then he stays with him for the entire drive, the spin move, all of it. And for this one, he does a good job of contesting Ja's pull-up and the drop. Here, he does a great job at not biting on any of Kyle Anderson's stuff. For this one, his timing when going for the Ja Morant shot is just perfect. The guy's nuts, man. Let's watch one more. Another great job at not fouling. But Mobley wasn't the only rookie to go off last night. Scottie Barnes, who's been amazing for the Raptors, had himself a 20-piece. Kind of a pick and pop with Van Vliet, a mid-range pick and pop, if you will. And speaking of the mid-range, Scottie Barnes has been nuts. I think he's around 50% on mid-range jumpers so far. And then this, of course, was the big play of the night for him. He's already proven to be a damn good rebounder. And then no one's going to get in front of him? Alright. I tell you, man, the Raptors, there was definitely some wait, what the hell's going on when they picked him over Jalen Suggs. And this is nothing against Jalen Suggs, it's just so far, it looks like the right pick. Now, as I say that, Jalen Suggs had 21 points last night. The guy just had probably his best game as a pro so far. That's a tough 3 over Van Vliet. Here, Suggs gets Anunoby with the jab step, and that's going to be a layup for him. I think Suggs will be alright. It's just for some guys, it doesn't happen right away. Could be a matter of the size of the league, the speed. Of course, if he's going to make these shots, then cool. So, for example, you look at this sort of play with Suggs, right? Where he just kind of gets swallowed up by Miles Bridges. But then Suggs will have this type of play in the same game where he gets around the screen from Wendell and busts out a really pretty floater. So we'll see with him. But if you're going to talk about rookies on the Magic, you also got to talk about Franz Wagner, who has been the most underrated rookie so far, if that's a thing. He muscles through LaMelo for that. And here we've got him spotting up in the corner off of a Cole Anthony pass. Wagner was not a great shooter in college, and so we'll see if he can keep it up. But he does a good job here. He's certainly willing to take him, and the form does look good. The other thing that happened last night was James Harden shot 19 free throws. Is Harden back? Has he won over the refs again? Let's see. Sabonis steps up there. Now it's Chris Duarte, another screen. Sabonis is with him. Now for this one, we've got Harden in transition. It's Jeremy Lamb. I don't know. Obviously there's contact between them. Well, right there, you know. Is he all ball? We've got elbow contact. And he's certainly not going straight up with it. We will all agree to that. The Mavs also lost by 1 million to the Nuggets. And Twitter once again went off on Jason Kidd. But let's look at some of Luka's misses. The thing with Luka is a lot of his shots are tough, he just usually makes them all. So when he doesn't, it's like, what the hell? Now for this one, they've got Dwight Powell spotting up, which means Jokic is just not going to care about him, which makes it easier for him to then help out on the Luka drive. And for this one, he goes into another mid-range, as he did have the defender on his back for a second. Now, there has been some talk about the Mavs spacing. Kleba's setting a screen thing for Jalen Brunson, but that makes it easier for Aaron Gordon to just plant himself in the paint. Jokic is, of course, right here because, again, you're just not going to respect Dwight Powell's shot. Now, at the same time, it's like, look, if Luka commits to just going rather than doing this, get the defender on his back and then shoot a step-back thing, maybe it's a different result. The Blazers also blew out the Clippers. Paul George went nuts. After that, the Clippers had some struggles. Dame was back on track. Anyway, here's an update on the Blazers' aggressive defense. On this one, they bring 2, but then it quickly becomes a switch. And while this is happening, Larry Nance plants himself in front of the rim. I feel like this is a little different than just throwing 2 guys to the ball all the time. And so then Reggie Jackson's got to try to make something out of nothing. And here's another one where Kennard gets a screen. We got Zeller and Nasir Little stepping up. Once again, Nance is the one who is going to run down to the rim to stop the dive guy. Those guys get on Kennard. Now he's got a split second of what am I going to do? And then Anthony Simons does a really good job of closing out all the way to the corner. That forces the next pass. Nance does a really good job of going from the rim to the top of the key. And there you go.